I would have never thought when I first got with Last Prisoner Project and became an ambassador that we'd be here together.
I'm thrilled to be here. This is 420 Unity Day of Action. We've got over 30 organizations have come and joined us with the Last Prisoner Project, and we're here advocating for all of the cannabis prisoners, some of whom are serving life sentences for a plant. On October 6, 2022, Biden made an announcement that he was going to pardon cannabis prisoners for possession.
Mr. Biden, we know you hear us. You've made promises that you have not kept.
We're going to keep coming back, and we're going to make sure Joe Biden hold his promise.
We need everybody home! President Biden, do what you said. Let these people go home.
I've taken it up as my divine opportunity to bridge the gap between those who have fundamentally suffered and those who have benefited on the basis of cannabis.
Biden also called upon governors to release cannabis prisoners. There's tens of thousands of cannabis prisoners at the state level. Almost every single governor can literally release every cannabis prisoner in their state with the stroke of a pen. So when we are meeting with legislators such as Cory Booker and his team, we're asking them if they would be willing to write a letter in support of the release of all cannabis prisoners in their state to their governor. We've actually got many of our constituents, people who were previously incarcerated for cannabis. We also have family members who have loved ones who are still incarcerated. And we know that that storytelling piece to legislators, and you can see it in their eyes, it changes when they understand how this affects not just one person, but their entire family. And also for the constituents, their lives have been upended because of the criminalization of cannabis. And for them to get to come here and share their story with policymakers is really huge, and it's actually really healing.
I was locked up in the state of Kansas, 3 years, 8 months in prison. First time ever being in trouble. I had two younger brothers that was 8 and 9 years old at the time. I seen two young boys crying and they felt like they lost everybody. So when I hit the cell, I just read every book in there. I wanted to read the law books, right? Because my lawyer didn't read the case. I ended up reading the case. I ended up diving in and I ended up filing a habeas corpus motion and I ended up getting out of prison. And I told my bunkie when I got out of prison, I said, if I get out before you and it's a pact we made, I'm gonna come back and get you. And he's standing on the stage here with me today.
I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so choked up, y'all. El Dorado Correctional Facility is a maximum security facility. I'm a non-violent cannabis offender. That's where they have us. On that note, I want everybody to put their right fist in the air for me. Put it up. That's for Antonio Wyatt. That's for everybody else that's locked up for cannabis right now.
I'm here to advocate for my father, Robert Deals, who was given 18 years on a cannabis-based offense. He's now in the 13th year of his sentence.
This is Leroy Lovell. He's doing 31 years.
Joseph Akers, serving 19 years. He has 6 kids.
23 years old with a 60-year cannabis sentence.
I'm a mother of someone who's serving 90 months in prison.
This guy, Ralph, has a life. Pete has life.
I'm also here representing Carrie Collier, who's currently serving 20 years in prison.
I watch families suffer every single day. I watch them lose half of their income stream and try to support their families. Jason Gregg here, he is serving 15 years. He is from Redwood Valley, Mendocino County, California, where the best weed on the planet is grown.
That's right.
And weed is used to keep that county afloat. How do you explain to these kids that their dad is doing 15 years in prison when all of their friends are having their bills paid through weed?
Gabriel is serving a 30-year sentence and he's been in prison for 21 years. He says, President Biden, I still remain in prison because of your 1994 crime bill that you wrote and sponsored to keep people like me in prison for non-violent drug offenses. Right your wrongs and let the captives go free.
Dante West got me out of prison. He helped me to write the paperwork correctly through Last Prisoner Project to get myself out, get my good time back that they told me I couldn't get. They didn't want me to go home to my family for Christmas. I was less than 18 months away from going home. I had already served 5.5 years. They didn't want me to go home. They still wouldn't give me my clemency. They still wouldn't do it for me because I'm dangerous, because I'm a cannabis criminal, right? Now, I'm a dude who listens to Nirvana, no matter what you might think. I skateboard. I have a daughter named Kiara, she's beautiful, right? I have a family, a father. My father's a musician. My mother does real estate. Does that sound like somebody who's a gang member or criminal to you? Or does it sound like somebody who learned how to grow a plant, learned the medicinal properties of it, and was able to produce that to people that need it? One thing that my daughter said to me, she said, "Dad, you call me all the time, but I need you here." You know, you can't imagine what that feels like for a father to talk to his daughter. And she was 12 years old when I went in. She was 19 when I came out. This is what the legislators do not understand about people. When we do time, our entire family does the time with us.
I did 13 years on a life sentence. I'm back with my family. They got me out. And now we need the president to get these lifers out.
I'm happy to be home. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to support the movement. I spent 46 of a 60-month sentence federally for cannabis. When I got to Fort Dix finally, after spending a year in transit during COVID and all that, I had a whole pile of Last Prisoner Project's letters waiting for me. I had known about the letter writing program, and then boom, all of a sudden I have, I'm getting there with 50 messages. I remember crying when I got them because I just spent 11 months wondering if anybody really cared.
I spent 27 years. When they sentenced me to the remaining balance of my natural life. I was 33 years old. My son was 7 days old. My daughter was 7 years old. After 27 years, I come out and now found myself united with them. And we need this man over in this big White House over here to release all the present prisoners that are incarcerated for cannabis.
There ain't no way people should be making millions of dollars out there, right? And they opening dispensaries before they free our people.
I know that this right here is how change happens. And us standing out here in front of this building matters.
Thank you for your willingness to share your story. These governors, this is something that they can do. Grant clemency to people, reunite families.
Our communities have been ravaged by the war on drugs. It's time. It's time to end it. I mean, there's not much more that needs to be said. Let's write these letters. Let's get these signatures. Let's bring our people home. Let's bring Americans home. Simple as that.